Welcome back to This was a busy week, where I break down some of the week's biggest events and what they mean to you. Our first story is that the U.S. men's fencing team wore pink face masks to protest their own teammate. The American fencing team is not happy to have Alan Hedzak representing the U.S. at the Tokyo Olympics. Almost immediately after making it onto the roster, the 29-year-old was accused of sexual misconduct between 2013 and 2015 by 3 women. Hedzak denies the allegations and successfully appealed a suspension that would have kept him off the U.S. team. On Friday, the men's team conveyed their displeasure to the world, wearing pink face masks in support of sexual assault victims. It made for a striking image as Jake Hoyle, Curtis McDowell, and Yesser Ramirez appeared in the light-colored masks, while Hedzak was the odd man out in black. Jackie Dubrovich, an Olympic fencer who is in Tokyo, called the move by her teammates performative activism on Instagram. She called for accountability. The fencer was prohibited from staying in the Olympic Village. Instead, he's been staying at a hotel nearby. He also was forced to travel to Tokyo separately from his teammates and forbidden from practicing with female teammates. In the end, Hedzak, an alternate on the team, did not compete in the games. The U.S. men's P team lost to Japan on Friday and finished 9th. Our second story today is that vaccinated people with breakthrough infections can spread the Delta variant, CDC says. When revising its mask guidance this week to urge even vaccinated people to wear masks indoors in much of the country, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention was criticized for not citing data in making that move. Now it has, and that data is sobering. The study details a COVID-19 outbreak that started July 3 in Provincetown, Massachusetts, involving 469 cases. It found that 3/4 of the cases occurred in fully vaccinated people. Massachusetts has a high rate of vaccination, about 69% among eligible adults in the state at the time of the study. It also found no significant difference in the viral load present in the breakthrough infections occurring in fully vaccinated people and the other cases, suggesting that the viral load of vaccinated and unvaccinated persons infected with the coronavirus is similar. The CDC said the finding that fully vaccinated people could spread the virus was behind its move to change its mask guidance. Quote, high viral loads suggest an increased risk of transmission and raised concern that, unlike with other variants, vaccinated people infected with Delta can transmit the virus, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, the CDC's director, said in a statement Friday. Continuing, this finding is concerning and was a pivotal discovery leading to CDC's updated mask recommendation. The masking recommendation was updated to ensure the vaccinated public would not unknowingly transmit virus to others, including their unvaccinated or immunocompromised loved ones, Walensky said. The good news is that the vaccines continue to be highly effective against the virus in preventing hospitalization and death from COVID-19. For instance, 3 studies from Canada, Singapore, and Scotland have found that the Pfizer vaccine provides more than 90% protection against hospitalization and death. As the Delta variant continues to spread rapidly through the U.S., the CDC updated mask guidance now recommends people wear masks when inside public spaces in areas where the spread of the virus is substantial or high, regardless of one's vaccination status. Relating to this, masks will now return to the U.S. House and White House after this change in guidance. Our final story is that Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney for its streaming release of Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson is suing the Walt Disney Company for releasing her movie Black Widow on streaming and in theaters at the same time. Black Widow opened in theaters 2 weeks ago to the biggest box office numbers of the coronavirus pandemic, $80 million on its opening weekend. After the first weekend, however, the numbers fell off a cliff. Industry observers suggest that one reason attendance fell so quickly is that Disney had screened the film simultaneously on Disney+, allowing audiences to bypass theaters and watch it at home. Johansson is the film's star and also its executive producer. She says in her lawsuit, which was first reported by the Wall Street Journal, that her agreement with Disney's Marvel Entertainment guaranteed an exclusive theatrical release and based her salary in part on the film's box office performance. Disney responds that the lawsuit has no merit. A Disney spokesperson responded, according to Entertainment Weekly, by saying that Disney, quote, has fully complied with Ms. Johansson's contract, and furthermore, the release of Black Widow on Disney Plus with Premier Access has significantly enhanced her ability to earn additional compensation on top of the $20 million she has received to date. With the pandemic scrambling Hollywood's release patterns, the exclusive theatrical opening, long the industry norm, has lately been threatened. A few big films, F9 for instance, and the upcoming 007 movie No Time to Die, delayed their premieres so they could go the traditional route. Others, like Pixar's Soul, bypassed theaters entirely and went straight to streaming. Warner Media, to boost its streaming service HBO Max, is releasing all of its titles this year simultaneously in cinemas and on HBO Max. But it renegotiated many of its talent contracts to do so, reportedly paying stars and directors more than $200 million. Johansson's complaint says her representatives tried to renegotiate her contract, but Disney and Marvel were unresponsive. That's it for this week's news. Subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date on all my latest videos. And I hope to see you some sunny day.